Hi, I'm Dr. Toni Galardi. Welcome to my video newsletter, Managing Change Using Astrology for Your Work Week. Well, we have a week ahead that's going to be quite interesting. We've got Mercury going officially retrograde on Wednesday, and it's been slowing down already, so people are experiencing some technological snafus. And it will be an interesting week because we'll have on Wednesday, Mercury going exactly retrograde. Tuesday, the day before Mercury goes retrograde, we start to feel the energy most intensely, and the day after Mercury goes retrograde because it stations on Wednesday. Also, what we've got going on Thursday, the day after, is a void moon from 8 o'clock in the morning, Pacific time, all the way through the entire workday. So this particular Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday period, I just recommend being really patient and loving with everyone that you connect with by either email, text, or in person, or on the phone, or on Zoom, because there can be misunderstandings. We have Venus retrograde at the same time in the same sign of Gemini, which rules communication. And what this can mean with retrogrades is that as these planets are closest to the Earth, that they typically are, when they're retrograde, we have the planet very, very close to planet Earth. Things intensify of that archetype. So Venus retrograde in Gemini is intensifying how you're communicating. What are the breakdowns that are occurring in your relationships? And the same thing with Mercury retrograde. How are you communicating? So this is going to be a focus this week, is really taking a look at this. And Venus doesn't go direct until June 25th. And so we'll have Mercury retrograde for 3 weeks starting on Wednesday. So this is an interesting time because we're building to the solar eclipse on early Sunday morning. And that solar eclipse at 0 degrees Cancer is the last eclipse in Cancer for another 19 years. Now, when I give my global activation next Sunday for the new moon solar eclipse, I'm going to go into a lot of depth around the cycles because, boy, every single time the US chart has been hit by these eclipses, 0 degrees Cancer, 13 degrees Capricorn, they come in pairs. We've had massive, massive change. And I'll be talking more about that in terms of 2001, 1982, 1963. But for now, I want to turn to one of my heroes, a woman who I think exemplifies incredible leadership, whose birthday is at 0 degrees Cancer. So she's going to be having a birthday next Sunday. Happy birthday, Senator Elizabeth Warren. Now, Elizabeth Warren has had, she represents a really typical Cancer in the political arena, in that she cares about Cancerian things, which is universal childcare, that other countries, many other countries, have for their, their families. She also was big on green manufacturing and raising, the minimum wage limit from, in North Carolina, we've had the same minimum wage at $7 an hour for 20 years. And she's wanting to raise it, nationally to $15. They actually turned it down here in North Carolina, which was disappointing. However, she represents, a woman in political office that cares about the individual and about children and about the poor, because they're the ones that are taking those $7 an hour jobs. She also, because her Uranus conjuncts her sun, is a very unique Cancerian. Meryl Streep has the same birthday, actually. They were born the exact same day. And what she is bringing to politics, I think, is what she wants is radical change. And I actually want to take a quote from her because I want to make sure that I don't misquote her. Last year, talk about somebody who's psychic. Last year, she said, "I see a manufacturing sector in recession. I see a precarious economy that is built on debt, both household debt and corporate debt. And it is vulnerable to shocks. I see a number of serious shocks on the horizon that could cause our economy's shaky foundation to crumble." Now, that was a year ago, right? So we cannot blame COVID-19 on this economic recession that's coming. It's cyclical. You know, this is the longest bull market that I think we've ever had, actually. Typically, according to the New York Times, typically bull markets have lasted about 4.5 years. And if we took a bottom, you know, the stock market took the lowest bottom in March of 2009 and has come up since then. So they consider since March of 2009, we have been moving into a bull market. So to go for 11 years like this, pretty amazing. So it was bound to happen. Things are cyclical. Even Greg Braden talks about this. Bruce Lipton talks about this, how things move in cycles. The key with this, because everything is crumbling, because we're in a global lifequake, those shocks that she was talking about are very earth shedding. You know, she's rebirthing as we are rebirthing, and it's requiring us to minimize our carbon footprint. So I do encourage you to be looking at that as you go back out into the world. And in closing, all I just want to say is that I just invite you this week to be as kind as you possibly can and as patient with the people in your life and the people you work with. And I would love to have you register for this global free solar eclipse next Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time, and whatever zone you're in, because we have 10 or 11 countries represented and people from every part of our country. There's about 20 states that are also going to be joining us on this call. So I am excited. You will be able to see, if you look below on the video on my YouTube channel for the link to my website where you can register. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday because I've got some really fun things planned in terms of global activation so that you can set your new intention into the next 6 months, because that's what solar eclipses are about. New intentions for a 6-month period. It's a new moon on steroids. And I look forward to seeing you again.